Hi, I'm Mark, and this is Subliteral Network. I make art and comics, and thanks for watching. Remember to hit like and subscribe and to leave your feedback in the comments. I post art daily, 5 days a week, on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, and this is a roundup of that work in case you missed it, with a little more detailed description added. You can read my Una the Cave Bunny comics free at radiocomics.com, and please visit my Patreon page if you'd like to support my work. All these links are in my description and bio, and please watch till the end so you don't miss anything. In the second Incredibles movie, they did kind of a reworking of Elastigirl. She got a new costume and a motorcycle, and I really wanted to do a picture of her. And here you can, I'll do, my drawing first. I'll sketch it in and I'll start drawing, but you can see here that I'm using templates to kind of do the mechanical shapes. I liked it because she had the new costume and the motorcycle, and I swear that they were working on her figure to make her kind of a lot more voluptuous and round looking. I did the initial sketch, and here you can see I'm using templates to kind of make the mechanical shapes and just kind of accurize. So I'm refining some of the pencil work here, doing the final work on that just before I start inking. I like to go in and hit some of the ruled lines first just to contain the picture. It's sort of a combination of ruled lines and curved lines that get the kind of balance that I like, that I'm looking for in the final version of the piece. Usually I'll try to go in and define the large shapes first. I'll get the line work going on that, which, well, it helps to kind of get the drawing, start getting a larger view of the drawing. Once you start working on the main lines, it's easier to start considering where the smaller lines are going to be. Where I'm going to start inking on the smaller lines. I'm working with a pen, so I have to kind of work the line weights to get a little variety in them and some kind of snap and crispness to the line work that I'm doing. I used to use a brush to ink a lot more, and I still do if I'm working on kind of a larger drawing. I don't know what exactly happened. Sometimes when I start erasing the pencil lines, some of those India inks just come right off, and you end up with a kind of a gray ink line. Didn't like that too much for the kind of work that I'm doing now, so I just started imitating brushwork with a pen. You know, when you drag a brush across a drawing, you can start out with a thin line and then thicken it around the middle, and towards the end you can thin it out again. It's faster. A lot of the old comic book artists really employed that because they worked under deadlines, and I liked it because I thought it was just a beautiful line. But time just changed, I guess. I started realizing that a lot of cartoonists use pens because it gives you, it's a little bit of a learning curve to ink with a brush. So I understand why people don't do it, but it's a very useful technique and skill to have, because first of all, it will speed up your work when you get decent at it, and yeah, it's just an elegant way to draw. Plus, it's pretty economical. You buy a bottle of ink and a brush, and you're not constantly running out of ink. And you know, these pens run out, and then you have to kind of retrain the tip to get to. There's pros and cons, I think. Let's put it that way. But I have just come to enjoy inking with these pens now because I can get a lot of the results that I used to get with a brush. The ink in the pens dries faster than it does out of pen tips and brushes with India ink. So, like I said, there are pros and cons. You can see when I'm inking, it isn't just a flat line put around things. It's, here I am, I'm using a template here again, just to give me that sharp mechanical curve. Trying to do that by hand, I mean, it can be done, but why spend the time when it is just a straight line? It's almost a dead line, you know, just a thickness, the same thickness from beginning to end. Not quite a dead line, but using templates and French curves, which is what I'm using here, is just a way to get the work done fast, crisp, and serving the needs of what it is that you're rendering. You know, not everything is getting the same kind of line. So the ability to do that is, well, you're kind of judging. You know, it's a mix of mechanical looking lines and then hand drawn lines is what adds a lot more life to a drawing, I think. You'll also see that I'm not just outlining things. I'm changing the thicknesses. I'm adding like a little tiny shadow under something that I'm drawing just to make it look a little three-dimensional. Like I'll do it like under a character's chin or behind their ear, because these are objects that are sticking out from the main mass. And sometimes that little tick of black, like you see it under a chin, is just something that makes the object that you're drawing, the part of the drawing, stand out a little more. It's not really a light source or anything like that, but it's just one of those cartoonist techniques. Maybe you could call it a cheat. We just do stuff to make it work, and some of it is aesthetically pleasing to do all the time, to make your drawing, again, not just be something that's a collection of lines, but to look as if you're describing a three-dimensional object. You know, it's an illusion, but these are the things you do to make the illusion work. So, well, it's a mix of stuff. It's not about what is correct all the time. It's about what looks good to the eye. I think that's why Elastigirl design is, you know, I don't think a real woman would actually be built the way she's built. I don't know if that's physically possible. But it's pleasing to the eye when you see this shape move across the screen. And that is what I think the artist is constantly searching for. Not reality, but believability. So thanks for watching. You know, if you want to see more, this is a little different than the videos that I usually post. But if you want to see, I find it kind of fun to talk more in depth about one specific piece of work that I've done. And maybe if you're learning to draw, you might learn something from what it is that I'm able to tell you about my process. You know, at least I hope so. And it's kind of fun. Thank you for watching, and please come back for more drawing videos. I'd like to thank you, my subscribers, and especially my new subscribers. I'm very happy you enjoy hearing something more about the work that I'm doing, and I hope the videos are entertaining, and I really hope you can come back for more.